found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out. Lightning in a bottle, I think I just found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out.
Yo, how you living, how you feeling, how you doing? It's First Choice Fantasy. Before we do anything, like this video just to support us as three fellow college students that are trying to succeed in life, so help us out. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. But, get back into the topic of the video. We have our love and hates for this season, the NFL season so far. This is not really fantasy-oriented. It can be, can't be, doesn't have to be. But, yeah.
This is more just related to football.
Just our emotions on football in general. So, I'm going to go one at a time, I suppose. And, Alex, you can rattle off your first love.
That's good. Now I'm going to bring up that thing I wanted to bring up. This is a two-part thing. One, I love the Madden curse because you might not think that Lamar, he might not have been traditionally cursed. He didn't fall out of the league a la Peyton Hillis. But he is currently QB2, which I think is hilarious. So, Madden curse, bring it on. Also, I wanted to point out, a couple of years ago, we started a trend where sophomore quarterbacks just keep being number one. We got Mahomes, we got Lamar, and now we got Kyler Murray. That's three. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be Burrow or Herbert next year? Or is it going to be Jordan Love?
Jordan Love, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Jordan Love, a la Patrick Mahomes. That's something for you to chew on. Brandon, what do you love?
What do I love? Well, I know this is something that Ed also has love for, so I mean, you can tag along. Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert and his success, I love it. Like, I didn't know much about him, but after seeing him play his first rookie game, instantly was in awe. I love watching him. He's fun to watch.
He is fun to watch. I mean, obviously they haven't been getting done, like getting wins and whatnot, but
Yeah.
I don't think that falls on him, in all honesty. I don't think it should. But he's talented. He's shown that, and he's using his weapons correctly. And I think they're getting the most out of him as they can right now, and I think that I love to see it. I love to see it. I really do love to see it. And I'd rather him, be playing than sitting on the bench. And he's literally playing very great, so I love to see this. Justin Herbert is fucking GOAT.
I love the story of why he's playing because it sucks for Taylor, but I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like Taylor paid that doctor to do that, maybe. No. That's cute.
Or the team was like, hey, we need to start this rookie, so puncture this guy's lung with this syringe.
No, Anthony Lynn wasn't the person who was paying because he was fucking insisting Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback to start.
I just want to know, like, if you're another player, do you confidently go to that? How do you confidently go to that team doctor the next time you need a pain shot?
You can't.
Hey, doc, you're not going to puncture one of my vital organs,
definitely no longer there. You should no longer have a career.
You're not going to almost kill me like you did the starting quarterback.
Like, this is something you trained for. And you stab someone's lung. You're insane.
Deserve to rot in prison. All right, Alex. Let's hear your number two love.
What do I love? I'm loving all these rookie receivers having success because I was told that's not a thing, and yet it appears to be a thing. And there's a fuck ton of them this year.
But it's not even what you think it would be. You know what I mean?
Huh?
It's not even the ones like you would think Jerry Jeudy would be going crazy this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's about the only one though. I mean, for me, Henry Ruggs, this is about what I expected from him, like boom or bust.
Yeah.
Because he's just in that vein. But I mean, like Rager's been hurt, so you can't really judge him a whole lot yet. But Lamb has been as advertised. Judy's been more than this. Jefferson's been really good. Higgins has been really good. Claypool's, for some reason, been really good.
T. Higgins, out of them all, has been insane.
Higgins has been great, which is great for me to see because I've been pounding the table for that. Got some of the other guys wrong, but it's what it is.
Yeah, I love Higgins.
I haven't heavily endorsed someone who is garbage yet. So.
Yet.
It's good. Yet. I mean, we're just talking rookie receivers. I endorse garbage all the time. Not even in this, just in my day-to-day life. Oh, Eagles.
About rookies, I have my second love of the year, and it is I love Gibson, Antonio Gibson, the God, Antonio Gibson, showing people that these 33 carries that he had in college really doesn't matter. Like people be like, oh, he doesn't have much experience. The workload wasn't heavy in college. He wasn't really a running back in college. He's a good football player, and that's all that really matters at this point. He's been fucking going balls to the wall. He had 20 carries for 128 yards this past game or something like that. Showed he could be a ground workhorse. He obviously has it through the air. Has a talent in receiving game, and he's just fucking going crazy. Antonio Gibson's a god. Treat him as such.
He and Justin Herbert, apparently.
Well, I mean,
Herbert, Gibson, the gods. You know.
if there's one thing I'd give Washington any credit for is that they are not like majority of rookie running back owners in the NFL.
They did throw away their 15th overall pick from the year before immediately, though. So let's pause on giving them all the credit for putting Gibson.
Well, this
there.
is
I'm
a
not saying
different.
Haskins
This
is the
is
answer,
a different quarterback.
I know
or
who isn't the
different
answer.
coach, though, with Ron Rivera.
That's true.
So Gibson, they're using him right. They're actually using him in general. So I like that. I like that. And do you know what else I liked? Well, what I liked, past tense. I love Jonathan Taylor's matchup last week. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I loved it. Just I mentioned in the start sit video. Watch it. Jonathan Taylor. I mean, going against just one of the worst defenses against the run, and he goes out there and gets benched for Jordan Wilkins.
Jordan the Prince Wilkins.
I might point out to you that
if you say his stat line one more time.
11 carries for like 21 yards, and I think Wilkins had 19 for 85. So while I was upset at it at the time, one, it makes a little more sense that he apparently was injured, even though the coaching staff admitted they didn't know that during the game. But they got the win, so that's their counter argument. We got the win. Wilkins averaged way more. He's doing a lot better.
Well, this is a feeling that goes beyond just the Colts organization. The Lions across the field last week. Detroit Lions. The Ravens with J.K. Dobbins. I mean, I like to see last week J.K. Dobbins has finally gotten his way out on the field, but Mark Ingram's going to be coming back. So what does that mean for him?
It means Ingram will just get hurt again. I want to piggyback off of this comment here while we're pausing for some hate, because fuck you, Adam Gase. That's all I got to say here. Anyone want to tell me why the 0-8 Jets are using Frank Gore more than Lamage P. Ryan? Anyone at all?
Well, the fact that he put together a team with those guys, depending on those two guys in general, is just sad. And then to make Gore the starters.
Is running back, you can get by with a bunch of slop if you want. But
not if you have slop everywhere else. At some point, it's just a
running back is. Yeah, but the Patriots run out a bunch of slop at running back every year, and it works because they take the slop and they use it for the one thing it's good at.
Well, because they don't have slop as in the head coaches or in the coaches in general. You know what I mean?
I don't hate the Frank Gore signing for them because I can provide some stability for the younger runners. I hate it when you decide that he's your fucking bell cow, despite the fact that he's older than you are.
I'm just surprised that Adam Gase has a job still.
He only has a job because they're going to get the first pick. That has to be the only reason. If not, then the Jets shouldn't have any fans at all. Like,
questionable.
I think they're rapidly approaching that point.
Like, if they don't get Lawrence and make something actually look like there's some progress in that organization, like, I don't even know how they're still a football team. Like, it's a joke.
I think Lawrence, I don't know if he'll try it, but he definitely could bullshit his way out of there and just say, no, I'm not playing here.
Yeah.
I think he should.
I mean,
fuck the Jets.
I can't put it against them.
Fuck the Jets.
I also have Adam Gase. I hate him. So I just have to agree there and say that.
Curse.
Yes, I put that he is a curse. He is a curse to the team, the organization, the players around him in the general area. I mean, just look at Ryan Tannehill. He escaped with his life, and now he's actually looking like a really good quarterback.
You should
Devontae
probably
Parker,
reconsider your
another
comment there.
what?
Which curse do you guys think has the most influence or impact? The Madden curse or the Adam Gase curse?
Okay, clearly the Madden curse, because the Adam Gase curse isn't a curse. It's just Adam Gase. He's very bad at his job. If you're looking for a curse, look no farther
Well,
than the
he's a
people who
curse when
continue
he
to
gets
employ him.
hired on
Or is it
The
curse when
problem
he
is,
enters
like,
the room?
because he keeps finding his way into the head coaching job.
but like the Madden curse is different because like
You get
the
an
player is the
achievement,
one agreeing
then-
to this. So it's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this on. Whereas Adam Gase isn't really doing that. He's just kind of there. I'm sure if it were up to him, he would take the money and not get paid and like not coach, because I think he knows that everyone's laughing at him. It's just a matter of the dickhead that's leaving him employed. What are you doing?
Rashad Perriman went to the Jets willingly.
Yeah, there are players that. I mean, the players like they could not.
But
wanna-
he's not like
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's no way to get out from
I know.
underneath the Madden curse. You can't just yank yourself off the cover. I mean, you could just not do it, but, like, why would you decline that? Whereas Adam Gase, this doesn't have to be a thing. They can just fire his ass, and he can be gone from the NFL, and we can move on from this. Until he pops up as an offensive coordinator 2 years down the line, where that offense will rank 33rd in the league. I'm going to take the next one, too, while we're talking about absolute dysfunction. I love watching Dallas burn. I was hugely against that. Well, I was a huge advocate for the McCarthy hire in the sense that I wanted them to crash and burn. And this clearly isn't all of Mike McCarthy. I think it has more to do with Jerry Jones. But fuck that organization. Nah, what you guys get?
they look horrible in every aspect.
I would like to present a positive, possibly. Am I allowed to do that? Anybody?
Well, that was positive with Dallas.
It was positive, but it was.
What's going on.
You
It
know?
was positive for you, just not.
No, I'm pretty sure about 90% of the general population is very happy with their absolute implosion.
And then the
Until they're
9%,
Super Bowl favorites next year.
9 of the remaining 10% just don't know football, and the 1% is what actually hates watching Dallas burn. But
Well, fuck those guys. I hope they're happy. They're not. They're not happy, but I'm happy about that. I enjoy their agony.
Russell Wilson, the GOAT, is finally being used to his full potential. That's why everybody clap it up, clap it up.
I'll clap for that. I said it wouldn't happen.
I will too.
Good for them.
Pete Carroll got his head on straight. I don't know if it's due to him actually getting his head on straight or maybe just circumstances that are happening. But
it's because they made that Jamal Adams trade and it knocked some sense into them. They were like, "Oh my God, we need to get our shit together."
Yeah, possibly. That could
While
be
we
it.
still can.
Russell Wilson is third in the league. Well, Seattle is third in the league, but Russell Wilson's the quarterback. Seattle's third in the league in neutral game script pass percentage. So I think it was 63% of their plays they're passing the ball in neutral games. Yeah, it's weird because I think last year they were bottom 5 in the league. So
it took them like 7 years, but they finally realized that throwing the ball with Wilson was better than him handing it off to nobody behind the offensive line they didn't have.
Exactly.
Chris Carson's pretty solid now, but they still don't have a good line. So.
Yeah.
Good on them for realizing.
It's a good time watching Russell Wilson actually play and possibly get a fucking MVP vote. Just one MVP vote.
I think he'll get a vote.
You should.
I hope so. I hope he gets all
Maybe
of them.
a vote.
He deserves them. That's all. All right, I will I'll pass the mic on to what's up?
Brandon, you want to get in here? Who wants to get it?
I will.
Brandon.
I hate the Ravens. I hate that their offense solely, or I should say fantasy-wise, because they're a successful team, obviously, but not as successful as what they could.
Yeah.
But just the lack of being able to get your wide receivers involved is just, I don't like it. I don't like how this is fantasy wise. This is fantasy talk here. But Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews are the two players that you're gonna have and start. Marquise Hollywood Brown, personally, I had him and I would never start him because the players I had other than him I would rather play them because he's a boomer bust player to begin with because he's speedy. He's a speedster. That's just the premises of what players like that have. And then put him on a team like the Ravens, it just limits their skills, and it's just a shame.
You know,
It's a shame.
What do we know? What do we know?
forget what I was gonna say. There's probably something related to that, but I waited too long.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I hate? I hate all the fucking ones getting hurt. Every guy. McCaffrey, injured. Michael Thomas, injured.
Job.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that, but he hasn't been here. George Kittle, now his foot's broken. The Patriots defense, they all are on the COVID list, except for Gilmore. And then there's Jackson, who we already talked about.
Yeah, I share this hate with
bullshit?
you. With Saquon, Joey Bosa, well, not Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and then the players you already named. Devin Bush went down with that nasty ACL tear, which is gross. Dak's leg, of course, that's fucking annoying. And Miles Sanders getting hurt
Nick
temporarily.
Chubb. And Joe Mixon, you get thrown into that, he's missed time.
Who was it?
So Joe Mixon, I feel like he's just been partially injured the entire season.
Aaron Jones as well at the moment, which is absurd, but
Dalvin Cook, just
Dalvin Cook,
a week or two ago.
Game. I'll take that missing a game.
Chris Carson,
yeah.
injured.
Injuries are a injury.
Don't like it.
That makes sense.
You don't like it.
You don't like this.
You know what else I don't like? I'm gonna go for 2 in a row here.
Here.
All of these fucking shit ass referee decisions. It seemed like they just kind of get made like in the back room and just kind of we move along from it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there have been a lot of calls this year that have just kind of been made, and we've looked at it and be like, well, that's clearly wrong. That's going to be overturned. And then we just come back from commercial break, and it's mid-drive. And we're like, oh, yeah, by the way, the Eagles' touchdown counted, even though Vinny Curry was very clearly lying on the ground holding the football in his hands. Or, like, that one comes to mind. But there's just been a lot of them this year. I feel like
I remember that was so confusing.
Eye-opening.
I mean, I was fine. I was fine with it, but like they were talking about it, and the
announcers were like, "Yeah, I mean that's clearly down. We'll get the Eagles ball at midfield."
Yeah,
and then you come back and like,
the score counted.
Yeah, or like that, or the onside kick where they didn't even make a rolling on the field. The entire Eagles offense just kind of walked out there and they're like, "Oh, all right, play the ball." That was interesting. There's been a lot of those this year. The refs have just kind of made a shitty call. We're like, all right, that's gonna stand. Let's go on with the next play, next snap ball. That shit's pissing me off.
Questionable.
Big questionable. Another hate I have, if I'm allowed to butt in right here. Mr. Hurts not being used when he's used. He's used. He's not used. He's not used. He is being used, but he's being used as a read option quarterback or like a wildcat quarterback of sorts, and it's pissing me off because obviously he has more talent than just running with the ball. And every single time he gets a snap, what do you think the defense is going to try to defend whenever fucking Jalen Hurts comes into the game? Like, just that pisses me off.
Obvious.
He was one of the most accurate QBs in college last year. So, like, if you don't trust him to make advanced decisions, then don't. Just give him very complex decisions that allow him to throw the damn ball.
Yeah.
And
this motion can generate a guy open all the way over here. Just do it. He can make the damn throw. He's a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not like he's getting tossed in there with an insane amount of work to do. It's a pass here, pass there. Instead, no, let's do a run here, run there every single time.
Yeah. I think they've thrown like a pass with him. I think they've had a couple where they've tried and they just ended up running, but he's a quarterback. It's not like we're putting like Joe Webb back there.
Exactly. Joe Webb, the good old
passes anyway.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I hate.
For my last hate, yeah, there's been a lot of hate on my end here. Maybe this is why. It's because I hate that every decision I've made thus far this season has quite literally blown up in my face. I just backtracking a few examples. I make a trade with Mr. Ed.
Was that like one of your first trades of the year too, or no?
In that redraft, it was. Yeah, it was the first trade I made.
Oh no.
The
Yeah,
CEH and Jonathan Taylor swap, pretty much swap. But yeah, traded to get Miles Sanders. Same very next day gets injured, lost me the week. I believe if I had Aaron Jones, I probably would have won.
Yeah.
There's more to it to that trade, but no need to get into it. What was it? What else? Yes. And another redraft league I had this cakewalk matchup. I believe. Oh yes, it was the week the Colts were playing the Bengals. Now, at that point in the year, you would have thought, do that. And then Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense was playing. I forget they were playing. They were playing a good offense. They ended up getting like 20-some points.
Was it the Packers? It was probably the Packers.
Yeah, it was the Packers.
They beat the shit out of the Packers that game.
So I decided to sit the Buccaneers. That would have won me the game. and then just not choosing the right quarterbacks. I have Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford, and I swear, week in and week out, I'll choose to start one of them, and the other one does better. I don't think I've made that right decision once this year, and I've had them both pretty much all year.
It's a hard decision.
I've been doing pretty solid, but I had the maths with Ryan and Stafford, and there was a solid 6 weeks in a row where I started the wrong one.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Good times.
This is nonsense. Outside of that league, I'm in playoff position in 3 out of 4. So I shouldn't have complaints.
I mean, you're still in playoff position in that league.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not, but like I'm just beginning to think that it's not my year.
That's how I'm feeling in a few leagues.
Like when Corey Davis torches me for 22 points and who all was that? Like all of my players combined for less than 70. Like when that Thursday night game happened, I saw Ridley left the game at like 5 points. That's going to be how it is. And then like Thielen did nothing. Jefferson did nothing. Like I mentioned this in the group chat, but sometimes when you're in like 4 different leagues, there starts to be a lot of overlap. Like you win a league because Dalvin Cook erupts, and then you subsequently lose a league because you were counting on those receivers. Like, shit's rough. Yeah. That's my advice today. Do not play more than like 3 leagues.
Yeah. Don't diversify the revenue. Get the same lineup in every single league so you can just root for that entire team every single week.
And just hope you're right. And if you're wrong, you're a fucking idiot, and you'll pay for it.
You'll pay for it. And,
I don't know if this is something you guys encounter in your fantasy football life, but is it just me, or whenever I lose a game, it's always within like single digit points, and then the weeks I win, it's like no competition. But every time I lose, it's just like I could score 125, the other person will get 130, and then the next week I'll get like I'll score like a abysmal like 86, and then the other team will score like 91.
My counterpoint to that would have been the week prior from last week, where I put a hurting on you in the Dynasty League.
Oh, yeah, when your entire team was injured and then your entire bench happened to just explode.
That's what happens when your best bench consists of Ayuk and Deontay and DJ Moore.
Yeah.
That's about all we got here. I feel like we've drugged this on a little too long.
All right. Like, comment, share, subscribe in case you hate the beginning. Do all that and show us some support because we have we try over here. So like, comment, share, subscribe. First Choice Fantasy. Ooh.
whatever that was.